Hey there YouTube, I'm Yukitsu, this is Yukitsu Times, welcome to my channel, welcome back to some Shogun 2 Total War, Fall of the Samurai. We're on our final push. We've had to betray one of our allies, we've done some diplomatic finagling, so we've made sure that they don't have any of their own allies. And we're just gonna get into this final push towards Awa. This is who I decided we're gonna attack Tokushima and we're going to take them out in the name of the Emperor, because reasons. Yeah, so we've got a decent force here. He's actually got higher quality troops here than I do, but only in small numbers. The sharpshooters and the Imperial infantry are the real danger here. The parrot guns are a danger. The wooden cannons I'm not too worried about, but they can actually take out my parrot guns, which is kind of stupid. But my line infantry should be able to overwhelm easily those spear levy, the levy infantry. So it's kind of a weird fight. Both sides have their advantages and disadvantages. It's one of the ones where I actually feel like I want to move very aggressively against him, because if I'm marching right up there into his face, yes, I will lose against the Imperial Guard, yes, I will have a disadvantage against those sharpshooters, but I can actually better win the artillery duel this way, in a certain sense, because if he's, plastering my artillery while I'm busy shooting his Imperial infantry, I'll be able to break through that, and I'll be able to break through his weaker sides as well very quickly, taking out those spear infantry. On the other hand, I'm inherently a defensive player, so we'll see how this works out. It also depends a little bit on their positioning. It's obviously harder for me to push aggressively if they're in a good position on the hill, in which case I'll have to slowly push my way up towards him, but at the same time, even then, his troops are so much weaker that I think I can probably punch a line through there. It would be nice if I had naval bombardment or support for this one, though. Alright, let's go ahead and start that deployment. I mean, I have got artillery supremacy here in a certain sense, because I definitely have the better artillery, but it is dangerous using your artillery in this sort of situation, because they can easily get sniped out by his cannons. You know what, I want to... this actually isn't a terrible position on the ridge. Let's move them up right there. Let's move our line infantry. Let's move them in sort of a column formation until we get across this this sort of ridge here. Okay. And let's get these guys sort of moved out more flexibly. Alright, so going to move like this, I think. Going to move in a very dense formation until we get across that difficult terrain, and then we're going to spread out our line. Parrot guns are just firing along that ridge there. I don't know where their parrot guns are. I kind of want to be firing at them. Wooden cannons are over there. I think their parrot guns might be over here somewhere. His bodyguard. I can't really tell. He's actually advancing his infantry off their hill position. I think they figure that they've got the artillery disadvantage, so they feel like they want to advance. Looks like we're plastering those wooden cannons a little bit. Counter barrage kind of style. To be fair, I don't really care. Looks like they're actually firing those wooden cannons at my infantry. I don't have to counter barrage at all here. Where the hell are their cannons? Are they down there? Oh, they're all the way over there. Okay, I want to hide my general. I don't want him in this fight, really. Oh, those are sharpshooters. I need to move up and engage them. Otherwise, I will gradually lose to them. Alright, so those Imperial infantry have taken a bit of a beating. More than I've taken from their artillery, honestly. And now that those sharpshooters are in sort of punching range, I guess, to a certain extent, they're going to go down quite quickly. Still got the rumble of artillery. I love that sound, by the way. So 200-man Imperial infantry. We're going to start pounding them. And those sharpshooters are gone. Alright. So at this point in time, we need to start advancing again. Their cannons have opened up on me, but we've now got them in sort of a concave. I think that's going to be to our advantage. They have got a good position hiding from our artillery, though. They are on that inverse slope sort of thing. And they've moved just out of my cannon range. We are going to start pounding them, and all the shots that go over are going to hit these units back here. It's kind of great, actually, because it doesn't actually matter that they've moved beyond my cannon range, because that's not actually the cannon range. Okay, so we need to move these guys up quickly, because... Alright, so these guys can actually move to plug this gap here. Once these units get into position, I need to make sure that I don't move, just because it would be really bad for me, in the sense that my units would start losing a lot if I moved into melee or something like that. Alright, these units are okay now. I need these units to start firing back. That would be lovely. Alright, so this Imperial Infantry is going to be winning, but at the same time, I should be okay, just because I have got artillery support. I've got 2 units firing at that 1 unit, and they've started moving across, so... I'm not moving most of these guys into that sort of same formation, because I need to be able to do this. Alright, so those units have broken, those units have broken. Start concentrating on those levy infantry there. I think I can kneel with these guys. I don't think that they're going anywhere. And now we can collapse on sort of the flank of these guys here. Alright, let's get these guys moved over to here. Let's get our general potentially moved up soon. I kind of want to rid them of that artillery first. So let's sweep through here. Get rid of Neil Fire. Should be able to wipe out his general about now, but... yeah, there goes his general's bodyguard. I don't know if we'll kill his general, but certainly taking a lot of firepower. Yeah, there goes his general. Alright. He will get an automatic new one, I think, but it's hard to tell for sure. Okay. Well, now that that's done, we've just got to take their city. Easier said than done, right? Okay, so something sort of crashed there, so I'm just going to reset fraps just to make sure that nothing too bad's going on here. Okay, so nothing too bad going on there. Got actually a statue there, I'm surprised. Alright. Might be a good idea for us to run down that army, but it doesn't really matter tremendously. Foxy Mistress. Kudo. We don't have any bow ones, so we'll take the Foxy Mistress. We don't need his bodyguard to be good, so we'll take +1 to command. And that should be fine. Okay, perfect. Do we want to run this last dregs down? We don't... I don't think we actually have the movement to do it. Alright, so we're going to retreat back into our own territory, just barely. So that means these units will... oh, I forgot to hit the right button there. I do that a lot. Alright. Now, we still have to take Awa, which is going to be tricky, but we have got a fairly large, impressive force here. Like, this one could easily sweep through pretty much anything you could put up against us. We should take our North Fleet and really reinforce it, though. Because it took a beating. We'll probably have to go all the way down to this harbor here. We could actually go ahead and replace some of our losses, though. Especially those torpedo boats, I feel like would be a good set of replacements. We have some extra fleet hanging around, but we do want to engage the enemy with it wherever we can. And it's kind of already busy, so I don't have a lot of resources to go deal with this. I've got 3 ships there. Can go ahead and get a little bit more navy there to try and push these guys away, but it'll take a little while before we really have enough, I feel. So it would be nicer if I could get this fleet over towards there. Let's go ahead and turn. We don't have a huge amount of money, but we aren't spending it again, just in case I need to do some diplomacy and stuff, because that would be quite lovely. Yeah, they're inching forward while raiding my sea lanes, so that is going to be how they're going to deal with that. Doesn't really matter that much, though. We'll see how we can manage here. Okay, don't really care. Setsu was bombarded, actually. Okay, so they didn't do what I thought they were going to do. Let's go ahead and repair that. And we can't recruit Navy there while it's being bombarded, unfortunately. But what we can do is we can go ahead and start getting some Kaitans over here. And keep pushing up with this fleet. Because I don't really need it, per se, to bombard or anything like that. We have 4 ships in that fleet. We've got 1 that we can reinforce, so we should be okay. We're going to move these ships around to over here. Because we do want some naval support, obviously, if we can get it. Looks like we cannot reach that one with naval bombardment. So we will just go ahead and attack the port for now. Alright. You guys just move right up to there. This army is practically still at full strength. Like, I didn't lose very many troops, so we're just going to go push these guys away. And they're just going to march away. That doesn't really make a difference. So we're just going to start marching towards Awa. Wait, what? That was not where I clicked. God, oh, whatever. Okay, well, I guess we're going to do a slightly more concerted attack. That's fine. Yeah, let's go ahead and hit next turn again. Nothing else really for it. I mean, I forgot to repair that fleet, but it doesn't matter. It's been reinforced as well, so... and with their port being bombarded, I don't have to worry too much. Alright, we got an ambush off against them. Let's go ahead and use it. I might as well. We're probably just going to have lines of our troops in position while we bombard them with cannons. Make sure to defend all our stuff with cannon fire. Yeah, like we can have a cannon on either side of them, just pelting away at them while they try and form back up or something. I don't know what they would really do to defend in a situation like this, but it's basically stuck in a killing ground. I don't know if I can start with them in range. That would be interesting to find out. I would expect that would be part of an effective ambush, is that your troops don't really open fire until your enemy is like in range of their guns. But then again, we're ambushing them in the middle of an open plain, so... Alright, there we go. Let's move some of my cannons over there. Let's move some of my cannons over there. Let's move these guys into a thin line. We'll move up, it looks a little bit. Okay, so we'll move these guys over this way. Looks like they actually have got some ridge line to defend themselves with. So that's going to be a little bit of a pain, but nothing too serious there. We've got all our units in relatively good order. Let's put these guys in kneel fire. It looks like they're attacking towards this flank. Looks like they're bringing their cavalry onto this side, so we're going to go ahead and kneel fire on this side. Let's have all of our cannons focus on this infantry here. That cavalry just got completely obliterated. Some Imperial infantry here getting completely obliterated too. Alright, so the thing is, if they decide to just line up against me here and stay just outside of range, they're going to get a lot of casualties from this artillery fire. We can move all of this infantry around to flank them. I decided to move up, I guess, a little bit because I'm impatient, but You know, I probably shouldn't have. You can see he's starting to move his units in a kind of panicked way, but... the AI, rather. Alright, so this ambush was pretty effective, it looks like. Bullets whizzing above the heads of my units behind, thanks to that slight crest there. Alright, let's go ahead and end battle. It's a decisive victory ambush. Yeah, I'm not 100% sure if I'm going to be able to just push up right now, but I'll see if I'm in range. I might be. I'm just eating a chewy piece of bread that's like covered in honey. It's kind of weird. Alright, lost 52 people in that ambush, that's fine. That army's completely gone. Okay, so they've moved their entire army forward. I'm going to retreat this one. Decline. Alright, let's move our larger army up to attack. We'll use our smaller one up to support. They did chase me far enough that I don't think I can attack their fortress easily with that small army because they don't have the road the whole way. They have got a very good army, though. I'm kind of surprised by that. That's fine, that's fine. Setsu is bombarded again. Maybe if you want a peace treaty, you should stop bombarding my provinces like a prick. Let's get these guys over to there. Alright, let's attack these guys. Drive them into a corner there. They're still within reinforcement range, I believe, of my... Yep. Okay, and this should easily wipe out that fleet. I don't even have to really do this. I just have to auto-resolve. Alright, captured one even. A little bit of a surprise. Alright, Setsu has been bombarded, so we have to repair that again. Oh no, we don't. Okay. Fantastic. I guess they failed on that. Is that Tokushima? That is Tokushima. Alright, well... Let's see if they'll take this attack. They might. I don't know if I've got a knight attacking commander here. But let's move him in range of support. But yeah, I should have an advantage with this army against the army that they have over here. He's got a little bit better cannons and a little bit long range in general, but if I get a good position, that shouldn't matter terribly. I could attack those guys, or I could attack this fleet. It might make more sense to attack this fleet. Oh, I can't. He's in the harbor. Okay. Alright, let's just blow up that port a bit. Alright. Let's just go ahead and auto-resolve this one as well. He'll have port defenses slightly, so it'll be a little bit tougher, but... Alright. Not even sure where he got that ship, to be honest. Alright, let's move this guy over there. Should be fine. Okay, and let's hit end turn. So taking Owl looks like it's going to be a little bit more painful than I would have liked it to have been. Could have been much, much easier than this, but it looks like it's going to be quite hard. These might just be poor quality, but I've you know, never really had honey buns before, which is what I'm eating. It's not great. It's not great. Okay, I'll get that just to compensate for my daimyo's lost honor, because I did lose a little bit, tiny pip of honor. So let's go ahead and begin our attack here. We'll go ahead and we will continue siege. We'll try and add our general to the larger army here. Yeah, okay, so we'll switch out one black bear for our general, and that should be fine. And we've now also got the reinforcements. So let's check what the auto-resolve looks like. It's not that favorable, actually. I'm kind of surprised about that. Let's go ahead and continue siege. We'll probably have to... Yeah, I don't... Actually, did we have a night attack option? No, we didn't have a night attack option. I probably looked at that already, actually. Well, what we can potentially do is take the smaller army, move around, and attack these guys. That's possible. We'll have to hold on, I think, for one more turn at the very least. I'm going to move around this way. I can't quite reach them either way, but I think that this direction is a little bit stronger. Okay, and we need something that can catch up to this fleet over here before it wreaks too much havoc. We have got a fortified coastline at the very least, but it's not the ideal situation. We'll move that fleet over that way to intercept. We'll move this fleet over this way to intercept, and hopefully that will work out just fine. We can move all of these ships over into here. I don't even need to repair ships really that badly, but we will anyway. Let's go ahead and repair. And yeah, let's see if we can take this damn fortress here. It's just positioned outside of my naval artillery, so I mean that's real super annoying. Because naval artillery is one of those things that I just use. It's like one of the easiest and best ways. Decline. I like how polite he's trying to be while I'm just massacring him. It's just like, please don't kill me. It's like, well, at least you're honest that you're a horrible murderer. I only need the one province, though, so, you know, maybe I'll vassalize him after that. Yeah, don't care. Alright, so what I can do is I can attack this guy with my smaller army. I think that pushed him out of range, so I think we can attack this now without him reinforcing. Why is it such a... I've got a huge disadvantage according to this. Let's see, he's got carbine cavalry, he's just got wooden cannons, he's got some sharpshooters that would be on the walls. What kind of castle is this, I wonder? It's a citadel. Ah, that might be why. Alright, let's destroy those guys. Oh, that really wiped them out. Okay, either way, where'd their fleet go? I'm guessing they've hidden down around here. No, they haven't. Cancel move. Okay, whose port is that? Oh, they moved down here. Okay. Okay, so this should lock them out of their ports to the point where they can't. Oops. Yeah, that worked out okay. Alright, let's move you guys closer here. Oh, all I can do is bombard it. Oh well. Not possible? Okay. I mean, yeah, this is tricky. This is weird. Like, I'm surprised that I can't... I'm not getting a good estimate of this. I think I will go ahead and wipe these guys out, though. Let's go ahead and auto-resolve that. That's fine. What I might be able to do is bring my attack around the other side so that I've got... Okay, well, we can't get them in range this turn, but maybe if I got the attack from this side, I could potentially be close enough. Oh, no, I don't think I'd be close enough. Okay, well, Maybe they'll attack here because they don't have the reinforcements and they know that my reinforcements are out of range for a turn. That could influence the AI's decision. Trying to send small armies down to assist. I could march my auxiliary army over actually towards that. That might be the smart choice if they're not going to sally forth. Because if I can deny them those reinforcements, I can just choke out their citadel eventually. Because attacking a citadel is a terrible idea. Especially when you... like, strictly speaking, I don't outnumber them here. At least not in any relevant sense. So I could just start marching my army towards Sanuki. Which is a terrible name for a place, but it is what the name of the place is. And just hope for the best. Let's just keep that up. And I can actually reach Sanuki with artillery support as well, so maybe marching over that way would work. They'll probably sally forth well before I get to that point. But, you know, that's up to them. Distracting my army, it looks like. If I had an agent over there, that would help. Looks like my army's been successfully... Looks like they seduced one of my... Gonna decline that. I hope that wasn't my general, but I think that might have been. I think they might have seduced my general. You know what? I didn't need him anyway. He was a low-ranked general that didn't even have night fighting. Alright. So yeah, getting an agent there at this point in time is going to be unrealistic. I'd have to have moved one there like ages ago. Yeah. Okay. Who was that? Was that my... I'm pretty sure that was... Yes, it was my general. I mean, the general by himself can't really do a whole lot. I'm going to start recruiting some units over here just so I can send a small contingent to go deal with him, because, like, a general loses to anything by himself. It just really isn't the sort of thing that you need if you want to actually win a fight. Yeah, I can't reach that, so I'm just going to start marching over towards here. I mean, our force that we've got left is technically capable of still winning here. And what I might actually have to do is just try an assault, honestly. Because if I keep getting distracted by the geisha or something like that, then I'm in potentially real trouble here. I mean, I'll wait one more turn and see what that geisha's up to. And if it looks like I might have to attack, then I will. I'm surprised if... I would be amazed if I didn't have enough forces for this. Okay, now they're attacking. Now they're attacking. Yeah, let's get this show on the road. This is the final climactic battle. I'm pretty glad that it's come to a big fight between relatively high-tier units. Ooh, and I don't even have good terrain here. I'm going to deploy outside of wooden cannon range. That's going to be obvious. But we're going to want to find some terrain that we can huddle up on a little bit. But in all honesty, I should be able to win just by putting my artillery on the right flank on that little bit of a hill. And then sort of holding on that side, and then hopefully sweeping across once I've weakened them enough with artillery and our gun lines clash. There's just a little tiny bit of hill on the right side that I can deploy my cannons on, so should be enough. Ooh, that's not good. Okay. Well, I mean, if we're going to have our final showdown, this kind of weather's kind of appropriate. Alright, so we actually have got some revolver cav as well, which is nice. I guess we're going to be relatively condensed formation at the start. We'll swoop out a little bit once we finish deployment, especially on my right. But, yeah, so let's move out like that. Let's move these guys like this. move all of you guys sort of back like that. Actually, let's move our Marines into reserve position. So yeah, the Revolver Cav is going to be an interesting unit to use. We're going to start them off on our right flank, just in case the enemy tries to sweep us away using cavalry on that side. They're actually one of the better anti-cavalry units. What you do with them is you actually just have them set up behind an infantry or whatever, and your opponent tries to rush in with cavalry. And they get mown down instantly by your revolvers, and your revolvers are protected by that thin layer of infantry. And they basically instantly wipe out any cannons, or sorry, any cavalry that are attacking them. I can actually probably move up here. I think I'm anchored well enough by that monastery. If not, I can move those Marines in reserve over towards where we're fighting. Let's just hit fast forward a tiny bit here. I can see the enemy moving out of that tree line finally. Not quite in my cannon's range yet, but that's fine. You don't want to skirmish with revolver cavalry when your enemy is a modern army. You could do it against a samurai army. Even bows, though, would dissuade me from wanting to do that. They just don't have the range to properly skirmish, even though they're quite fast. Alright, they've got a screening unit of sharpshooters, so this is a very Napoleonic, Napoleon Total War style of advance here. I'm going to go ahead and ready our shrapnel shot in just a second for our first volley. Because I think why not? Okay, they're just about at that line. Okay, and there we go. I rarely enough use that, but I should use it more often. Oh, they're firing more center. I thought they were going to be firing at the sharpshooters over here. 23 kills and 26 kills. It's not terrible by any stretch. Looks like they've got enough forces that they can indeed sweep around my right, or my left rather. They're right. So I'm going to bring in 2 of my reserve and bring them just back here. The fact that I can't use naval bombardment to assist me in this fight is kind of not good, but there's also nothing I can really do about it. Saber cav over there. And I think we're going to start setting up our infantry into kneel fire positions. I'm not going to move up to advance towards their sharpshooters. I just don't think that that would be a sensible thing for me to do, really. Make sure that we're deliberately targeting those sharpshooters, though. They got another thing of sharpshooters over here. Saber cav, spear levy. Okay, those sharpshooters are pretty much out of the fight, but we'll want them to be wavering at the very least when they reach us. Sharpshooters are down to just 37 men. That carbine cavalry could present a little bit of a problem, but they're not longer range or anything than infantry, so... Okay, the sharpshooters are standing like right on that cavalry, so this is a really good time to be shooting at them. Alright. Alright, so let's turn our attention to their center, I think. Go with the Imperial Infantry rather than the regular infantry, for obvious reasons. But I think that their sharpshooters... Oh, there's another one of sharpshooters over there. What we're probably going to end up doing with our revolver cav is sort of flanking their forces. Because there's not a whole ton that we can necessarily do to really get them into the fight properly. I think that they're actually trying to condense and wheel their lines around. So what we can do is bring these guys around over here as a flanking force. Going to take these Royal Marines further back just so they're not taking fire. We'll use them to plug a gap when it forms, because I'm pretty sure that with our lines this stretched, we'll end up with a gap somewhere. Alright, so these guys are getting chewed up pretty badly. That wasn't too good. Alright, so I think that our line on the left is where we're going to be able to win. So it's a question, do we want to win more dramatically, or do we want to fire at the right now to soften them up so we can actually potentially... Because we might lose on the right side, depending on how I manage to support. Looks like he's charged his cavalry forward for some reason. Not much else for it, really. Looks like we should be okay over there. Royal Marines versus these guys, even in melee, is going to be an utter stomp. Like, there's nothing they can do about the Royal Marines in melee combat. Looks like he got a little bit too close with those infantry as well, so that's good for us. Those Saber Cav are getting a little bit wrecked. Carbine Cav over there got a little bit wrecked. Okay, we're going to bring our Revolver Cav around. I'll give you guys a show of what they can do. Royal Marines around here. So this is what Revolver Cav is like. And is that not just bullshit? Oh, and we've already got victory. Wow. That was a lot less climactic than I was hoping for. It's that good positioning and the fact that your enemy is advancing into cannon fire. Alright, so that should have wiped out like half of their army at the very least. Maybe more. If we wiped out like 3/4 of it, then we can easily auto-resolve. And we might be able to just take it automatically depending on how the pursuit part of that worked. We had cavalry, so it's more likely that we auto-resolve into a victory, or resolve this combat into a victory. I didn't manually chase, I never really do, but it doesn't really make a difference. Let's see, yeah, we've only got 24 troops remaining. We actually killed 2,763 in that fight. I think we take it. And victory! Friggin' A.
Victory is reserved for those who are willing to pay its price. We have paid that price, and now we reap the rewards. The time of the Shogun is over. All hail the mighty Emperor!
I wonder how many fires have started because of those weird candle things, but I digress. Yeah, so that's our full playthrough there. We played through the entire thing and we never lost a province. We captured 35 of them. We played 115 battles and we had 7 heroic victories. 115 battles, we had 114 wins, huh? I thought I lost more than... I'm pretty sure actually I did. Well, anyway. Yeah, we lost 16 full units. We destroyed 640 units. Yeah, we lost 13 ships and we only sunk 20, but we did capture 25 of them. Alright, so yeah, this was my game of Fall of the Samurai. I hope you found this enjoyable. We've taken over all of Japan, basically, in the name of the Shogun. I mean, there's a tiny outcropping that now hates us, but that's fine. So, I hope you found this video enjoyable, and of course, as always, I hope to see you all next time.